The text message came while I was in the middle of a physiotherapy session, my arms shaking from the effort of rebuilding my strength after the accident. Consider it my compensation for all these years. The gold is mine now. Followed by 3 laughing emojis. My sister-in-law Amanda's name flashed on the screen, making my stomach drop. My name is Sarah Jensen, and at 34, I was learning to walk again after a devastating car crash 4 months ago. The accident that nearly took my life had also taken my ability to work at our family's security consulting firm, at least temporarily, but nothing could have prepared me for what Amanda had just done. "Everything okay?" my physiotherapist asked, noticing how I'd frozen mid-exercise. "I need to make a call." I managed, my fingers already dialing my husband Michael's number. It went straight to voicemail. Of course it did. He was presenting at a conference in Seattle, probably mid-speech right now. With trembling hands, I called our housekeeper, Maria. She'd been with our family for 20 years, long before I married Michael. "Maria, can you check the safe room? The one behind the library?" There was a pause, followed by the sound of hurried footsteps. "Miss Sarah." Maria's voice cracked. "The door is open. Everything's gone. The family gold collection. Pieces passed down through 4 generations. Carefully curated antique jewelry, coins, and artifacts worth over $900,000. All of it gone. And my sister-in-law had just confessed to taking it through a text message." Another message buzzed through. "You should have seen this coming. Always playing the perfect daughter-in-law, while I got nothing. Well, now I've got something, don't I?" I closed my eyes, remembering the day 3 months ago when Amanda had visited me in the hospital. She'd seemed so concerned, so caring. "Don't worry about anything," she'd said. "Family takes care of family." Now I understood what she'd really meant. "Miss Sarah." Maria's worried voice brought me back to the present. "Should I call the police?" "No," I said firmly, "not yet." What Amanda didn't know, what no one except Michael and I knew, was that the safe room had been upgraded last year. As part of our security consulting work, we'd installed a new system, one that went far beyond simple cameras. I opened my laptop, my fingers flying across the keyboard despite their weakness. The security program loaded, asking for 3 separate passwords. Within moments, I was looking at a comprehensive log of every entry to the safe room over the past 6 months. There it was, today's entry, timestamp 10:47 a.m. But it wasn't just video footage. The new system recorded everything: heat signatures, weight measurements from the pressure-sensitive floor, even chemical traces from anything that touched the safe surface. I watched as Amanda entered the code, the one she must have gotten from Michael's mother, who still thought her daughter could do no wrong. The footage showed her methodically emptying the safe, her movements precise, practiced. She planned this. But then she did something unexpected. She made a phone call. Thanks to the room's advanced audio recording system, I could hear every word. "It's done. I've got it all. Meet me at the usual place in an hour. The buyer's ready, right?" A male voice responded, one I recognized with a chill. James Cooper, Amanda's ex-boyfriend, and a known fence for stolen goods. "Everything's set, just like we planned. They'll never know what hit them." I sat back, my physical therapy forgotten. Amanda wasn't just stealing family heirlooms out of spite or greed. This was a calculated heist, planned while I was at my most vulnerable. My phone buzzed again. This time it was a photo from Amanda. She was holding her great-grandmother's ruby necklace, the centerpiece of the collection. "Always wanted this. Guess being the perfect sister-in-law doesn't protect your precious treasures after all." I smiled, despite everything. Amanda had no idea that each piece in that collection had been marked with microscopic trackers last year, another upgrade we'd implemented. Every movement, every location was being logged in real time. I opened another program on my laptop. Little dots appeared on the map, showing the exact location of each piece. They were all moving, heading toward the industrial district on the outskirts of town. "Maria," I said, my voice steady now. "Please help me to my car." "But Miss Sarah, your therapy, you're not supposed to be driving yet." I gripped the parallel bars, pulling myself up with determination. Sometimes we have to do things we're not supposed to, and right now, I need to show my dear sister-in-law exactly who she's dealing with. As Maria helped me to the car, I made 2 calls. The first was to Detective Rivera, an old friend from our security consulting days. The second was to our company's rapid response team. Just monitor for now, I instructed them. I want to see exactly what they're planning before we move. Another text from Amanda flashed on my screen. By the time you figure out what happened, these pretty trinkets will be long gone. Consider it the price of looking down on me all these years. I didn't respond. Instead, I watched the tracking dots on my phone's screen, all converging on an abandoned warehouse. Amanda thought she was so clever, but she just walked into her own trap. Sometimes the perfect daughter-in-law has a few tricks of her own. The car purred to life under my hands. My legs were shaky, but my mind was clear. Amanda was about to learn a valuable lesson about underestimating family, especially family in the security business. "Miss Sarah," Maria said from the passenger seat, her voice worried. "What are you going to do?" I smiled, watching the tracking dots blink steadily on my phone. "I'm going to give my sister-in-law exactly what she deserves, the surprise of her life." The warehouse district loomed ahead, a maze of abandoned buildings and forgotten dreams. My legs trembled against the pedals, but years of security training had taught me how to push through pain. I parked 2 blocks away, keeping the engine running. "Miss Sarah," Maria whispered, "let me call Mr. Michael. You shouldn't be doing this alone." I checked my phone's screen. The tracking dots were stationary now, all clustered inside Warehouse 17. Through the security company's app, I could see our response team taking positions around the perimeter, silent and invisible. "I'm not alone," I assured her. "And Michael's presentation is crucial for the company." "Besides," I added, pulling up the live security feed on my tablet, "Amanda needs to learn that I'm not just Michael's invalid wife." The warehouse's security cameras, supposedly defunct, sprang to life on my screen. Our team had activated them remotely 20 minutes ago. Inside, I could see Amanda and James Cooper talking to 3 men I didn't recognize. The family gold was laid out on a folding table, glinting under the harsh fluorescent lights. $2 million, cash, James was saying. "That's more than fair for the lot." One of the men picked up great-grandmother's ruby necklace, examining it closely. "These pieces are well known. They'll need to be broken down, recut. That takes time, expertise." "That's your problem," Amanda snapped. "I did my part. I got you the gold, now pay up." I smiled grimly. The audio was crystal clear, another upgrade they didn't know about. Every word was being recorded, transmitted directly to Detective Rivera. My phone buzzed. Another text from Amanda. "Missing something. Don't worry, I'm putting our family treasures to better use than gathering dust in your precious safe room." I didn't reply. Instead, I watched as one of the buyers opened a briefcase. Stacks of cash spilled out, and Amanda's eyes lit up with naked greed. "Maria," I said quietly, "I need you to drive the car around to the south entrance. Park it right by the loading dock, but stay inside." "Miss Sarah, please. Trust me," I squeezed her hand. "I know exactly what I'm doing." As Maria slid into the driver's seat, I activated my earpiece. "Came in position." "Affirmative," came the response. "Detective Rivera's units are standing by. We've got eyes on 5 subjects, no visible weapons. You're called, Mrs. Jensen." I took a deep breath, steadying myself. The buyers were counting out cash now, while Amanda practically bounced with impatience. James kept glancing at the doors, his body language screaming guilty anticipation. On my mark, I whispered into the comm. "Standard containment protocol. No one leaves." I pulled out my phone one last time, opening the warehouse's environmental controls, another system we'd quietly taken over in the past hour. With a few taps, I activated the emergency protocols. Inside the warehouse, chaos erupted. The sprinkler system burst to life, drenching everyone. Simultaneously, the emergency doors slammed shut with pneumatic hisses, their magnetic locks engaging. The lights went out, replaced by the harsh red glow of emergency beacons. Through my tablet's infrared feed, I watched Amanda spin in panic. "What's happening?" "James. Someone must have tripped something," he snarled. "We need to get out, now." The buyers were already grabbing for the gold, their pretense of professionalism vanishing. In the confusion, no one noticed the tiny drones dropping from the ceiling, releasing bursts of harmless but disorienting smoke. "Team, move in," I commanded. The response was immediate. Every door burst open simultaneously, filled with figures in tactical gear. Laser sights danced through the smoke as voices boomed. Say CUITLA. Everybody down. Amanda's scream was particularly satisfying. I pulled myself from the car, my cane supporting me as I made my way to the loading dock. By the time I reached the warehouse floor, the scene was under control. The buyers were face down and cuffed, while James thrashed uselessly against his restraints. And there was Amanda kneeling in a puddle of sprinkler water, her designer outfit ruined. She looked up as I approached, her eyes widening in disbelief. You, she spat. How did you find you? I finished, settling carefully onto a nearby crate. Track you? Stop you? Did you really think we kept nearly $1 million in family gold protected by just a simple safe? Mrs. Jensen, Detective Rivera approached, nodding respectfully. We've got them all. The buyers are known art thieves. We've been after them for months. This is quite a catch. The gold? I asked. All accounted for. Not a single piece missing. He smiled. Those trackers of yours make our job much easier. Amanda's face had gone from shock to calculating. Sarah, listen. This is all a misunderstanding. I was going to surprise you. Yes, I was planning to sell these old pieces and buy you something new, something more modern. Save it, I cut her off. We have you on video, on audio, and in person. Conspiracy, theft, attempting to fence stolen goods. Shall I go on? You can't do this to me, she hissed. I'm family. Family? I leaned forward. Family doesn't steal. Family doesn't take advantage when someone's vulnerable. And family certainly doesn't gloat about it via text message. I pulled out my phone, showing her the string of mocking texts she'd sent. Every one of these is evidence. Every laugh, every taunt, every moment of your satisfaction at betraying us. All of it documented. My mother will never believe this. Amanda tried one last angle. She'll never accept that her daughter is a thief. I finished. She might not have a choice. Especially since you were caught on camera entering the code she gave you. She might face charges too, come to think of it. The color drained from Amanda's face. For the first time, real fear crept into her eyes. My phone buzzed. Michael's face appeared on the screen. Sarah, honey, what's going on? I just got out of my presentation to find 30 missed calls and messages about the security system being activated. I turned the phone so he could see Amanda, still kneeling and handcuffed. Your sister decided to help herself to the family gold. Don't worry though, I handled it. There was a long pause. Of course you did, he finally said, his voice a mixture of pride and resignation. You always do. I'm on my way home. As the police led Amanda and her accomplices away, I watched the response team carefully repacking the family gold. Each piece was photographed, logged, and secured for evidence before being returned to its specialized container. Miss Sarah, Maria appeared at my elbow, supporting me as my legs threatened to give out. Let's get you home. You've done enough for one day. I nodded, suddenly exhausted. The adrenaline was wearing off, and every muscle screamed in protest. But watching Amanda being placed in a police car, her face a mask of thwarted rage, made it all worthwhile. Home, I agreed. But first, I need to make one more call. I pulled out my phone and dialed my mother-in-law's number. It was time for another kind of confrontation, one that couldn't be solved with security systems and tactical teams. Some battles, after all, had to be fought face to face. The confrontation with my mother-in-law, Eleanor, happened exactly 3 days after Amanda's arrest. I chose to have it at our home, in the library next to the now empty safe room. Michael sat beside me, his hand steady on mine, while Eleanor paced the room like a caged tiger. This is ridiculous, she snapped, waving the police report we handed her. Amanda would never, she was just confused. If you drop the charges. She confessed, Mom, Michael interrupted. We have her on video planning the sale. She was working with professional thieves. Well, if you hadn't flaunted your wealth, kept all those precious treasures locked away where she couldn't enjoy them. Eleanor's voice cracked. She's your sister, Michael. I leaned forward, my body still sore, but my voice firm. And I'm your daughter-in-law, Eleanor, the one who was recovering from a near-fatal accident while your daughter plotted to steal our family's heritage. She said she was just borrowing them. Eleanor's defiance wavered. She needed money for her new business venture. Michael stood up, picking up the tablet from the coffee table. Listen to this, Mom, really listen. He played the warehouse audio. Amanda's voice filled the room, cold and calculating as she negotiated the sale of our family treasures. Eleanor sank into a chair, her face growing paler with each word. 2 million, cash, needs to be broken down. Recut. The recording continued mercilessly. Stop, Eleanor whispered. Please. I pressed a button, and the recording ended. The code she used, Eleanor. Only 3 people knew it, Michael, me, and you. Care to explain how Amanda got it? Tears rolled down Eleanor's cheeks. She said she wanted to surprise you, to get some pieces cleaned and appraised as a gift. I wanted to believe. You wanted to believe I didn't deserve them, I finished quietly. That somehow Amanda had more right to our family's heritage than your invalid daughter-in-law. Sarah, Michael warned softly, but I shook my head. No, it needs to be said. For years, Eleanor, you've treated me like an outsider. Even after the accident, when I was fighting just to walk again, you were telling Amanda how much better she would have handled things. Eleanor's shoulders slumped. The proud, controlling woman who had made my life difficult for so many years suddenly looked old and defeated. The police want to question you, Michael said gently. About providing the code, about any other help you might have given Amanda. I never meant. Eleanor began, then stopped. What do you want from me? I exchanged a look with Michael before answering. The truth, your cooperation with the investigation, and most importantly, your understanding that actions have consequences, even for your precious Amanda. And if I do this, then we'll tell Detective Rivera you were manipulated, I said. That Amanda exploited your maternal trusts. It won't help her case, but it might keep you out of serious trouble. Later that evening, after Eleanor had left to meet with her lawyer, Michael held me close on the sofa. You were kinder than she deserved, he murmured into my hair. Maybe, I smiled. But destroying her wouldn't bring back the trust she broke. Sometimes the harder path is letting people face their own mistakes. 6 months later, I stood in the safe room, supervising as the last of the gold pieces was returned from police evidence. Amanda had taken a plea deal, 5 years with possibility of parole plus restitution. Eleanor, true to her word, had cooperated fully, avoiding charges but losing her position on several charitable boards once the story got out. Everything back where it belongs, Michael asked from the doorway. I picked up great-grandmother's ruby necklace, remembering Amanda's gloating selfie. Almost, but I think some changes are in order. Changes? I smiled, touching the updated security panel. I'm thinking it's time to share some of these pieces with people who'll truly appreciate them. Your cousin Emma is getting married next month. Perhaps great-grandmother's pearls would make a perfect something borrowed. Michael wrapped his arms around me, careful of my still healing body, using family treasures to build family bonds instead of breaking them. Very clever, Mrs. Jensen. Well, I laughed. I did learn something from all this. Keeping treasures locked away only makes them targets, but sharing them, creating new memories, that's what really makes them precious. As we left the safe room, I caught a glimpse of myself in the library mirror. I was standing straighter now, almost back to my full strength. The accident had nearly broken me, and Amanda had tried to take advantage of that weakness. Instead, she'd only proved how strong I really was. The security panel blinked green as the door sealed behind us, protecting our family's heritage until the next generation was ready to share its story. Some treasures, after all, are worth more than their weight in gold. Like the knowledge that you're stronger than anyone suspected, especially those who should have known better.